It's never too late for a mid-year book freakout tag, so let's get to it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach with Zach's Books, and today I've got for you my mid-year book freakout tag. I know I'm a little late to the party, but figured I'd do one anyway. So here it is. Let's get started.
Okay, question 1. Best book you've read so far in 2020?
The best book I've read so far in 2020 is gotta be my all-time favorite, It, by Stephen King. This was just a really good book, and I highly recommend it if you've got time to read it. It's a big one, but it's definitely worth the read, and I really enjoyed it, so I would give it a read. All-time favorite.
Okay, question number 2. Best sequel you've read in 2020 so far?
The Gunslinger series is really good, but if I had to pick one singular book and not series, I would have to go with Dr. Sleep by Stephen King. Some people don't like this. I am one who did like it. I thought it was a good sequel to The Shining and a good follow-up. A lot of people thought it was unnecessary. I thought it worked. You know, it was a good book. Technically, I feel like he could make it a trilogy if he wanted to, based off of how this one ended.
I thought the movie was really good too. We watched it together this year.
Yeah, the movie was good, but Dr. Sleep, favorite sequel of 2020. Also, just letting you guys know, this is not all going to be Stephen King. Shocker. So, let's continue.
Okay, question number 3. New release you haven't read yet but want to?
So, I read this author before. My wife and I did a buddy read on his book called The Whisper Man, and so I thought I'd give The Shadows by Alex North a try. The Whisper Man was not a favorite, so I'm hoping that The Shadows is going to be better. This was the book of the month for, I believe, July. This was my July pick. I'm excited about it. It sounds really cool. I'm hoping it's better than Whisper Man, because The Whisper Man was just a disappointment to me. So, The Shadows, most anticipated read of a new release.
Question number 4. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year?
My most anticipated release of 2020 is going to be Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Caesar. The cover looks really cool, and after reading It with clowns, I love clowns, and in a cornfield I can only imagine that it's going to be pretty horrific, and the cover looks pretty cool. It's released in 2 weeks, and I'm pretty excited for it. I can't wait to get a copy of it.
Okay, question number 5. Biggest disappointment?
Biggest disappointment for me in 2020, there's been a few, but the biggest one is gotta be I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. I was really confused with this book.
I loved it.
Yeah, so Danielle loved it. It was good to her, but I was lost. I didn't really quite know what was going on.
The ending is one where you have to kind of interpret it yourself, and you don't like books like that.
Yeah, the only one where I like it like that is The Mist by Stephen King. That one kind of worked for me. Another honorable mention disappointment is Elevation by Stephen King. It was highly talked about, but I just didn't really enjoy it. But this one tops that. I just didn't get it. So my biggest disappointment, I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
Okay, question number 6. Biggest surprise?
Biggest surprise, a lot of people talked about this book, and I went into it not really expecting a whole lot, but that would be The Troop by Nick Cutter. This book was really good. I really liked it, and I didn't think I was going to. And it was just eerie. It was creepy. It had really graphic imagery in it. There is a scene in here that I'm not happy about, and that's the turtle scene. If you've read the book, you know what scene I'm talking about. But The Troop by Nick Cutter, biggest surprise of 2020 thus far.
Question number 7. Favorite new author to you?
My favorite new author of 2020, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I gotta go with Joe Hill, which is Stephen King's son. I read Nosferatu, and I absolutely loved it. I am currently reading Strange Weather, which is a list of 4 short stories, kind of based like on his dad's different seasons, where like each story's got like its own season. I'm through the first one, and it's really good so far. But I would say Joe Hill as my new favorite author of 2020.
Question number 8. Your newest fictional crush?
She giggles at that because it's not a person. I would have to go with Christine. Literally just the car Christine. I don't consider it cheating. You can have a crush on a car. Arnie did.
Go watch his Stephen King starter guide, and you can hear him talk about this book in detail. But yeah, I mean, he this is his dream car now.
Yeah, the '58 Plymouth Fury. They're like not existent.
It's a sexy one.
Yeah, it's a good car. It's a nice car, and I want to own one. But yeah, fictional crush. It's got to be Christine.
Question number 9. Newest favorite character?
So my favorite character for 2020 was Eddie Dean in the Dark Tower series. I just really liked him. The way the narrator uses his accent was like really cool, and the character himself was just a really cool character. He's just a fun dude to kind of like go along with in the series with Roland and with Jake and Susanna and everyone else. Oi, can't forget Oi. But I would say Eddie Dean. He's been, my favorite character of 2020 so far.
Question number 10. A book that made you cry or just sad?
Not a lot of things can like really make me cry, but this book got me really upset. And I would say The Dark Tower, Book 7, The Dark Tower by Stephen King. It's not for the fact that the journey is coming to an end, although that is a little upsetting for me that my first journey for the tower is coming to a close. There's some stuff in here that I kind of thought something was going to happen with some people, but I really wasn't expecting it, and I really didn't want it to happen. So I'm pretty upset with a few things with this so far. But you'll catch it on a reading vlog. I've got that coming up, finishing my series with The Dark Tower, and you'll be seeing that soon.
Question number 11. Book that made you happy?
So the book that made me the happiest so far has got to be my best friend's Exorcism. Obviously, this is going to be kind of a spoiler. Sorry. But the ending, I really like it because they're able to save her, and the exorcism is successful, and they're able to be friends and grow up together. And if you've read the book, you know that at some points it feels like, she's gone, there's no way she's coming back, or one of them's going to die. And it doesn't happen, and they save her, and it's a happy ending. They grow old together, they're still friends. And I just like how that ended because of everything that happened in the book. So I would say my best friend's Exorcism.
Okay. Question number 12. What's your favorite cover that you've bought so far this year or received?
So my favorite cover is my best friend's Exorcism.
So cool.
And it looks really cool. It kind of has that appearance of like a VHS tape kind of. And I mean, it just looked cool. But I would say my best friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. It's a good one.
Question number 13. What books do you need to read by the end of the year?
So I'm going to have a video coming out soon with all my most anticipated reads for the rest of 2020. and just books I want to read before 2020 is over. So I'll show a few of those to you now, but I will have a video dedicated to the rest of the reads I want to get done. The first one is Mystic River by Dennis Lian. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry, Dennis. I read Shutter Island by him, which is also a good movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. And I really liked it. It was a really good book. Mystic River is also a movie. I have seen the movie, and the movie's really cool, and it's really good. It's got Kevin Bacon in it, and Tim Robbins. I'm pretty excited to read Mystic River. I want to give this a read because, I mean, like I said, the movie's really cool, and if it follows true to it, then it's going to be a good read, and I'm pretty excited for it. So, Dennis Lian, Mystic River is one of my anticipated reads for 2020. The next book on my most anticipated reads for 2020 is The Deep by Nick Cutter. As I talked about earlier, he had written The Troop, and it was a really good book. It was super cool, and I'm hoping that The Deep can be fairly similar. I don't know, and I also don't know a whole lot about this book, which is pretty cool. It's kind of the same thing with The Troop. A lot of people talked about it, didn't know much about it. The Deep is not that talked about, so I don't know a whole lot about it. But it is by Nick Cutter, so I'm pretty excited to give this a read for 2020. The last book I'm going to show you from my list of 2020 anticipated reads is a Stephen King, and that is going to be The Tommyknockers. A lot of people don't like this book. I want to figure that out for myself before I knock it down. It also kind of correlates with Dark Tower stuff and It stuff, kind of connecting the Stephen King world together. And just purely for those reasons, I want to read this book, and the fact that it is by Stephen King. I want to read all of his books, all of his works, and to do so, I got to get through The Tommyknockers. But yeah, Tommyknockers by Stephen King for 2020 anticipated reads. Alright guys, there's my mid-year book freakout tag. Thank you for watching. What are some of your favorites from my list? What are some of your favorite books you've read so far in 2020? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.